Hey, smack 'em a gob, it's time for another Dennis Turny track by track album battle. And Dennis let me know that both these albums, Rainbow, Difficult to Cure, and Gary Moore's Corridor Power, he was turned on to by my channel. And let me tell you, man, that's the coolest things to hear. When people tell you, man, you turned me on to this and now I love it and I bought it and I'm a big fan. I love that feeling when I hear somebody tell me that. And Dennis told me that before, and he's telling me that again with these two amazing albums. And I have talked about this in the past, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to do it again. All right, first, Rainbow. This was the first Rainbow I ever heard. I didn't even know about Ronnie James Dio. I did not know. It wasn't until Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell Tour played the Miami Highlight that they said on the radio, all right, we're giving away 2 tickets if you can tell me what band Ronnie James Dio was in before Black Sabbath. And I was like, I don't know. That's how I found out he was in Rainbow. I was like, really? You know, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow? I mean, I know Difficult to Cure, and then I found out about Down to Earth and Rising and Long Live Rock and Roll in the first one. And I bought Difficult to Cure when it was new. And I remember, too, before I bought that album, I recorded them on King Biscuit Flower Hour. And I remember loving the opening track, Spotlight Kid. You know, I was like, oh, I gotta buy this album for Spotlight Kid. And now it's kind of like, Spotlight Kid's a cool song, but there's better songs on here. But anyway, and Gary Moore. Now, this is the freaky thing about how I discovered this Gary Moore album. Down here, they have this thing, the Youth Fair. They probably have it everywhere. And it was a long-ass line to get in. You know, cars, you know, we're waiting in the car to get into the venue. And on the radio, they started playing End of the World. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This shredding guitar solo going on. I was like, oh my God. And then the killer song comes on. And then when the song ends, I told the people in the car, let's not leave till the DJ comes back on, because I need to know who that was. And yeah, when the DJ came back and said that was Gary Moore, End of the World, I was like, Gary Moore. Wrote it down and hunted. I found that album kind of quick after that. My God. And I didn't know. Look, I was only hip to, you know, Thin Lizzy. I did own Bad Reputation because it was in the Cutout Bin. I ended up loving the album, but I didn't own anything else at the time of Thin Lizzy. Just that. And then Thunder and Lightning, and then I went back and discovered my favorite Thin Lizzy album, Black Rose, with Gary Moore. But anyway, all right, so let's get into this, okay? Starting off with I Surrender versus Don't Take Me for a Loser. Very tough. Very tough. I'm going to go with Rainbow for nostalgic purposes, because I think they're pretty much tied. But yeah, I Surrender was it was part of my soundtrack, and was it 1980? It was 80, 81, very early 80s. So yeah, I'm giving that to Rainbow. Next, Spotlight Kid versus Always Gonna Love You. I'm gonna go with Gary. Always Gonna Love You. What an amazing ballad, and what an amazing guitar solo. I'm telling you, Gary Moore has got to be in my top 3 or top 5. I mean, he's up there, man. One of the greatest ever. And yeah, Always Gonna Love You gets that one. All right, next, No Release versus Wishing Well. Easy. No Release. I do not like Wishing Well. I don't like any cover of Wishing Well. Yeah, I heard, who was the other band? Blackfoot did it. There's a few other ones, man, that I own albums from these bands that cover this song that I don't like. So, No Release gets that one. Next. Magic versus Gonna Break My Heart Again. I love them both, but I'm going to go with Gonna Break My Heart Again because it's so catchy. The riffs, the vocal melodies, just everything about that song is unbelievably awesome. So yeah, that one gets it. Never Gonna Break My Heart Again. Next, maybe next time, you know, is the German translation. Going against Falling in Love with You. Now this one, probably the next one's tougher, but still, this one's very tough because, man, maybe next time. That's like some of the most emotional guitar playing. And Richie Blackmore, again, he's up there with Gary. I don't know which one I like more, to tell you the truth. They're both in my top 5. I'd have to think about that, but Man, his guitar playing, it's simple. It's not difficult, but the emotion pouring out of his fingers during that song is unbelievable. And that's going against Falling in Love with You, which I'm going to go with Fall in Love with You. It's very mellow and pretty much like a mellow disco song, but I love it. And there is a different version of this that I've heard that I love as well. All right, next, Can't Happen Here versus End of the World. You heard my story about End of the World, how it blew my fucking mind and I had to buy this album because of this amazing song. But it's going against Can't Happen Here. I'm sorry. I gotta go with Rainbow on this one. Can't Happen Here rules. And it reminds me of very early MTV. When MTV didn't have many videos, they would play this one a lot. And it's a fucking rockin' tune, man. Probably my favorite. Yeah, I'd say it's my favorite off this album, along with Maybe Next Time. All right, Can't Happen Here wins that. All right, next, Freedom Fighter versus Rockin' Every Night. This one's difficult, too, because they're both awesome. But I'm going to go with Freedom Fighter. They're both awesome, though. I love Rockin' Every Night. All right, next, Midnight Tunnel Vision versus Cold Hearted. Both awesome as well, but I'm going to go with Cold Hearted. That's a nasty killer. You know, I mean, I'm not a fan of the blues, but blues like this is the exception. Heavy ass, fucking, just awesome wins. All right, last track. Difficult to Cure versus I Can't Wait Till Tomorrow. Extremely simple. I don't hate Difficult to Cure. It's all right. It's not bad. It's all right. I Can't Wait Till Tomorrow. My God, what an emotional masterpiece that song is. Absolutely love it, and it absolutely wins. So, Dennis, this is the final score. There you go. Gary Moore came up from behind, man. It was they were pretty much neck and neck to the last two songs, and Gary took it. So thank you, Dennis, and thank you everybody out there watching. Hope you enjoyed my track by track, Dennis, and everybody out there watching. And please subscribe to my channel and ring that little notification bell. And leave your comments below what you feel about Rainbow, Difficult to Cure versus Gary Moore's Corridor of Power. I would love to know. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.